One question I get asked a lot is, there's a judgment against me from 10 years ago, and they're levying on my bank account or they're garnishing my wages. Can't they be stopped from doing that? Isn't it past the statute of limitations? Would you like to know the answer? Hi, I'm Steve Richardson, and I'm a collection defense attorney here in Southern New Jersey. Now, the answer is, once suit is brought, and especially once judgment is entered, then the statute of limitations no longer applies. Now, let's talk for a minute about what a statute of limitation is. And what it is a deadline. You have a certain amount of time to bring suit against someone from the time you have the right to sue. So, for example, if you're in an automobile accident and you're injured and you want to bring a suit against the other driver, well, you have, depending upon the state, but here in New Jersey, it's 2 years. You have 2 years from the date that the accident happened, from the date that the right to sue came about. Okay? And if you do not sue within that period of time, the statute of limitations, you lose the right to sue. So, for example, this happens with collection cases. So a creditor wants to collect against a person or a business that owes them money. They have, in New Jersey, it can be 4 years if it's for the sale of goods, or 6 years for services, or things like credit card balances, things like that. And that 6 years runs from the date that they charged it off, the date that they said, you know what, you're in default on this, and we're going to charge it off, and we now have the right to come after you, to sue you for the full amount, not just accept monthly payments like with a credit card or a loan that has monthly payments according to the loan agreement. They have the right to sue you. And if they bring suit within that 6-year period or 4-year period from the date that the right to sue came about, then they're fine. But if they wait past that period of time, then yes, that is a defense. It's too late to bring the action. And these statutes of limitation exist because after a while, memories fade. People's memories fade. Records get lost. Things like that. It's not only more difficult to prove your case sometimes, but also, in fairness to the person you're suing, the ability to mount a defense, to retrieve their documents, contact their witnesses, even find the witnesses, let alone whether they remember what happened at the time. So you have this time limit. But once suit is brought and judgment is entered, that clock stops ticking. So if there's a judgment against you, then the statute of limitations is no longer an issue. So if a creditor has brought suit against you, or now has a judgment against you, and you want to try and work out some sort of payment arrangement or resolve the debt with the creditor so that they don't levy on your bank account, garnish your wages, that sort of thing, feel free to give my office a call at 856-432-4113, and we'll talk a little bit more about it and see whether I can help you get on track with that debt.